We're recording and we're back one more time, and it's just me with the wig. But I am continuing to say we will have a little spice of ginger in every show this week, so we're going to keep it that way. And we still are drinking some fine Ironroot whiskey. Today it is Hubris, but I think we should hit it. I keep forgetting to hit the intro, baby.
Hit it.
Let's get into it. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, me too. Someday we'll have the Roots on and they can actually play that song.
There you go.
It's a few years out, but we're thinking someday the Roots will come on and they can play that song themselves.
1,000 stream.
Yeah, whiskey Den Con.
Yeah, the Whiskey Den Con. We were gonna have it, but then the coronavirus.
That's true.
So we had to postpone that shit. So that's just the way things are. But tonight, welcome back, everyone. We got Mike and Ben. Obviously, Mike is the fear of karma, and it's no longer Ben, not Central Time Eves.
I'm on the right time now.
Here in the right time. But we are talking about Hubris today. And who's jumping on the explanation of that one? Mike, Ben, or I can do it, I guess. I don't care. I'll do this.
Okay.
I don't care. Well, just trying to give everyone a chance. But this one is 95% yellow corn and 5 to 10% purple corn. That changes from batch to batch. So you're trying to always kind of hone in on a little flavor profile or maybe what's available on that. And it's aged. It's not exed. It's aged in ex-bourbon European oak casks. So they're not the virgin casks. They're used ones. But and I believe they're European in that one. They could be the Hungarian, but I forgot to ask that when Robert was on the other night, which if you weren't here, damn it, it's up above Mike's head over there. As you check that out over there. That was our little interview with Robert, our live stream the other night where we probably should have asked that question, but I didn't. So check on all the good information we got from him that night. And get off the damn screen. There we go. So what the hell are you guys smelling in your glass tonight?
I smell whiskey, Patrick.
That's true. That's true.
I think you're onto something.
you, sir, are correct. This is back to more of that. I'm getting more of that molasses like I got in Promethean. Sorry, that Icarus was just such a neat winding path. That thing threw me off. I think that should have been like at the end whiskey of these rather than kind of in the middle with what that all had going on. But yeah, a little bit brighter than the Promethean.
Yeah, but like a cooked or slightly smoked honey.
Yep.
Or like something.
I'm getting
with
a little bit of citrus,
sugar
like a light lemon.
Yeah, I get citrus.
I get you on that. Like a light lemon, maybe an orange. Not really heavy orange though.
Yeah.
Still getting wood barrel in there too, but like a light, like almost like you said that one time, Ben, like a cedar, not necessarily an oak. At least what I'm smelling. I mean, you can smell whatever you want to smell.
But for being as high of a corn content, I don't get the corn dust at all.
No. Oh, and this one was the 2019, where it's aged 29 months and 58.9% alcohol by volume. I forgot about that for the stat horse out there. Forgot the extra stats. So.
I do get a little ethanol off the top.
Yep, that would be more in the bright kind of shiny note. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean jump you off, Ben. Do your thing.
No, it's like you said, Mike. It's not the dusty corn, but it's almost like a roasted corn note. A little bit of a smoky roasted corn, and I'm getting some red berries.
Get red berries. I almost get a sniff of chocolate in there, like a bitter chocolate.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a boot leather note too.
Yep. I like leather.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I didn't realize how bad I was in the other video until I rewatched it. But I'd like leather on my whiskey. Like, I don't know. It feels like actual whiskey. Like, there's some drinks where, and some whiskeys that are lower proof that you drink it and it doesn't really, it tastes a little subdued. I like to taste what I'm doing. And the same thing in my drinks. When someone's mixing me a drink, I want to be able to taste the alcohol. Well, some people will be like, here, you don't taste it. I'm like, well, I could fucking pour myself a soda. Who gives a shit? You know, if I didn't want to taste what was in there, I'm like, I want to get some of the bite and some of the flavor.
Brown sugar. There's some cinnamon and cardamom.
Yeah, definitely more up that line of Promethean, but not.
Yeah,
but brighter. I was going to say the other one. I think the other one was a little bit deeper and richer overall.
It's subtle,
but you're still getting, like you said, the flavors you're going. But I'm still getting that little dark molasses in here.
Yeah,
hair. I almost sniffed it up my nose. It's not right. But let's jump into some taste and give some opinions on this guy. How did I miss you putting the wig on? I don't know. I don't know how I missed
the nose, Mike.
keep it in.
Keep it down.
I don't know, man. I missed it when I was looking past it. It's kind of the same color as your cabinet, and I don't know how
because my eyes are up here.
Your eyes are up here. Well, okay. I haven't been told that too much, but I guess with whiskey, I could be caught looking down. Yeah, this damn thing. Yeah. On this one, I am getting a little bit of like an actual alcohol note, a little like light ethanol on it. It probably is because of all the corn.
I get a little licorice.
But not bad, because normally I would have a reaction if that were the case.
Yeah. One thing I kind of like about this, it says for me in tasting it, it's a little drying. It's in mouth watering. It's like it dries mouth in the front and then just makes me salivate, which I love that because it doesn't make me like, oh, I gotta drink some water because you know it's coming. It's like I'm dry and now my mouth is watering.
I totally agree with you on that. And on my first drink, before you swallow, I think it tastes sweet, and as you open your mouth and let air in and swallow is when it dries out.
Yeah,
you do get a little bit more of that heat and almost that like kind of little peppery oak note in it. Yeah, like a candy corn that like changes into like rye spice, which has got to be barrel note, which would make sense if it was European oak with the tighter cell structure. It's going to give you more spice than it is sugars.
Yeah. It's dark. A lot of the notes for me are just kind of right in the mid-range.
Damn it. Okay, I'm going to have to get a comb for this thing.
Every time I look up, I keep thinking you're the guy, the lead singer for the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah.
The caramel, really light vanilla. I'm not getting as much, really any of the citrus I wasn't getting on the flavor. Like that was just in the nose. But spicier than I thought. Not necessarily heat, but it tastes like spice, even though it is heat, and it is on the sides of my tongue where I'm feeling it most after it kind of, like you said, kind of dries out and you salivate. It's the sides of my tongues that feel kind of warm or getting the alcohol burn that I think, like you said, are kind of churning up the salivation for it again.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of brininess to it too, almost like a salted caramel. Comes in on the sides of the mouth.
Yeah. with dark,
And the vanilla
dark
for me
chocolate.
kicks in right at the end, right as you go into the finish. There's a little bit of a creamy vanilla that fades into this kind of leathery note.
Mm-hmm. It's nice. I think the other two just were a little bit more of a whirlwind of flavors compared to this one. I think maybe had I started with this one, because I'm getting a full bunch of flavors out of it, but the depth of the other two, I think, were a little more overwhelming or exciting. Where this one is, like you said, because this is Icarus before it gets broke up, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And I got a little bit. I'm going to do a little side by side.
But if you look at it for being a corn whiskey,
Mm-hmm.
it's the best corn whiskey I've ever had. But it's not mellow corn, you know.
No.
By any means. Not to knock on mellow corn, but for a corn whiskey to have that much depth of flavor, I think it's pretty.
Oh yeah,
pretty awesome.
And I think that was choice of the barrels did a really nice job on that.
Yeah.
And I think it could hold its own against some bourbons.
Oh, clearly.
Easily.
It has some more flavor in it than some average bourbons out there.
Oh yeah.
And it sticks around, oily mouthfeel. I'm still getting it now. Where some of the other ones now are already washed out. Oh God. Sorry, that Icarus is just
having a moment.
Every time with that one.
Yeah, man. You roll this around the glass, it takes a while for those legs to start to form.
Yeah.
Okay, I am smelling it in the Icarus, but like we were saying, like the barrel notes on the Icarus really kind of come up, and the barrels take a little more center stage in those, and then the bourbon is in the background. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to drink some more Icarus.
Can't blame you for that.
No.
I do get it in there. I do taste it behind it, but it is more at the end. And it is the barrel notes on the other ones really flatten out part of the flavor of here, the corn in here. But it's like you said, it's a really nice bourbon in and of its own, or the corn whiskey, and it does a nice job for what it is. I mean, it punches above its weight, and it doesn't taste like almost 60% alcohol.
No.
You know? So I would think, but just off of this one.
And I took a sip of it where I tried not to let any air get to it until it was completely out of my mouth. And it is funny, it's just the way that the flavors work differently. But then as soon as that air hits it, it's just that's when I get the punch.
Mm-hmm. That's when the spice and the heat kind of comes through. Is once the air it gets kind of pulled through your mouth.
Yeah.
But no,
I just took it was a smoky ethanol. I mean, it had completely shifted to this really smoky ethanol punch to it. Just really different. I like how this is evolving. It's really changing.
Yeah, this is one you could definitely come back to, and for what it is, just straight corn. It's pretty impressive for straight corn.
Yeah,
you guys were saying.
Yeah.
So
rubbed a little bit in the hands, and it was a real earthy cedar note coming out. Really nice.
Yeah, I noticed that too. The empty glass after I cleaned it all out, I get that whiff of cedar. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I got that right away, but I think I must just have dirty hands. I don't know. I didn't get anything in that.
You should be washing your hands.
Well, here's the other thing. What if I don't have soap? I have high proof whiskey.
Smell better.
I just I just cleaned myself, so maybe that was it.
Just don't get pulled over by the cops.
Right.
I'll be more than happy to take a breathalyzer, sir. What's that open bottle of whiskey for? That is my hand sanitizer.
Want some?
Yeah, I get it's definitely more cedar and a green note on the smell when you do that. Or I was getting more of a green note, but definitely more of a cedar. So I'm glad that was coming through on the nose before, but it is much more that way. But
getting a nice little dusty dark chocolate on the finish. I mean, the finish is still going here and
Mhm.
starting to get this kind of a dusty cocoa note on the finish.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah. So it's neat because the flavors on the nose, except for the citrus, all seem to come through in the palate at some point.
Yeah.
But I think the most exciting part happens once air hits it. You know, like the then there's like it's kind of like a backdraft of flavor.
Yeah.
Stuff comes at you at that point.
Magic.
Yeah.
Magic. Ginger magic.
Yeah.
But we've got a couple more to get to this evening, so I think that's enough time on Hubris. So I think we're gonna say that's good for tonight, or at least for this episode. You guys agree?
Sure.
I agree.
All right. Well, hold
All
on.
right.
We'll check you guys in a couple days. Remember to go see some of the other videos. To hit that like, comment, to like and subscribe. Also, feel free to comment. Tell me if my hair looks nice. If you like his in braids. Everyone likes Ben's hat. So we'll see you guys later. You guys have a good rest of the day.
Let's get into it. 1, 2, 3.